So, hello everybody, it's me, Melanie Calmer, and I am in the king's seat, and this is my king and my lovey, Jesse Valadares.
What's up,
and
everyone?
We are Team Bonafide at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Laffey International Realty, and this is Everything Long Island, and we have a gem today. We have my dear friend, Lisa Iuculano. Lisa Iuculano, welcome. So Lisa is running for trustee of the board of the Herricks School District. I thought of a great question, and I'm so sorry we're not going to ask the question that I thought, because you know what? I just realized it's so interesting. You know, first you were a student, then you were a parent, then you were an educator, but this is like an evolution, right? It like, as I'm thinking of the questions I'm asking, I'm going, wait a minute. This is like a natural evolution. It almost should be like a requirement to have a past. No, I'm being real. Because I think that you bring such a unique role to the table and vision. And you know, I mean, it's more than just being a parent in the district, because they only see it through one lens. You've seen it through three.
Yes.
So tell us.
And now I'm hoping to see it through a fourth lens.
Yeah.
And bring all my experience over the years to this position.
Sure. It's like coming full circle.
Yeah. And I'm extremely passionate about it. Herricks is my home. Administrators come and go. Teachers come and go. Students come and go. And I have dedicated my life to this school and this community and to helping families. And I want to be able to continue that now, especially since I have the time.
Yeah.
And I'd like to give back in any way that I can.
See, but this is the type of people that we all need to have around us. You know, Jesse's a former police officer. I'm a former educator. Lisa's a former educator. We care about human beings. We care about, you know, how they are, whether they're safe or not, financially, psychologically, physically. I mean, you know, there's definitely some sticky situations when you're a teacher in making sure that children are safe, you know? So now you can kind of put those events and moments that you've been through with the financial going throughs of the district, any moments that you've had with students. I mean, what are things that, you know, maybe dream goals of things that, you know, you'd like to address maybe? I don't know. Is that a good question to ask?
Yes, that's a very good question. It's really important to me to make sure that every family is heard. I think that, well, first of all, interesting fact, there are about 69 different languages
69
In that school district?
in the Herricks
Wow.
School District.
Isn't that incredible?
Now that's something I
wild.
didn't know.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It is
Holy crap.
a wonderfully diverse community.
A true melting pot.
It is. And, you know, I think it's important that every family is heard and every family has a voice.
I love that.
And I'd like to make sure that that happens and that everyone is heard.
I love that.
I agree. I think it's super important. And I think people need a representative like yourself that really have passion for the position they're in. So I think Herricks would be extremely lucky to have you.
Thank you.
When is the voting anyway? Is
Yes.
it with the midterms or is it a different
It's
day?
May 19th.
May 19th.
May 19th.
Okay,
so
guys,
everybody better get out there.
May 19th at the
Lisa Iuculano.
Herricks Community Center.
But guess what? Iuculano starts with an I. Yes, I know, people. It's very confusing. IUC is the spelling. IUC. I looked at her name and I was like, how do you say it? You don't know, I mangle everybody's name on this show.
Interesting.
Thank God I didn't mangle yours.
Interesting point.
Well, you didn't go to Herricks, that's the problem.
The kids master it. The kids have
Kids master.
no problem whatsoever saying Iuculano.
But then the teachers must say Iuca.
Yeah.
She didn't hear me correct.
Why would
I
you?
would have gotten in trouble for that one.
He's lucky. See, he wants to die today.
Timing.
I don't understand why he's messing with me today. He doesn't realize. He just doesn't. All right, so let me ask you a question. Are there any things that you could tell me of why we could trust you? How could you prove to me that the community that you've been in for so long knows you and trusts you and loves you? What are some things you could tell me?
After 26 years teaching ENL, or ESL, when I first started, I've built very strong relationships with many families and students.
Nice.
I still, to this day, keep in touch with many former students. I went to a student's wedding.
Oh.
She has now had a beautiful baby boy.
Oh.
And we just spoke recently, and we're trying to set up a date so that I can meet the baby.
That's so cute.
And, you know, you build these relationships. They are like your children, your biological children. When teachers talk, we have to clarify. When you say, how are your kids? You have to say, my biological kids or my kids in school, because you really, at least Mrs. Iuculano,
No,
I
get it.
passionate and caring about these kids, and you never know what's happening at home, what these families are going through,
Sure.
and you want to be there for them and support them. And I think over the years, through consistency and communication, I think I've built a foundation for trust within the community.
That's beautiful. I love that.
I would tend to agree.
I
After
would
so
too.
many years in the community, living there and as an educator, 30 years, you've definitely built
Yeah.
a lot of goodwill and a lot of love in that community and trust. So
Yeah, isn't that beautiful, people? But it's true if you think about it. When unfortunate events are transpiring in a school, I don't want to sound intense, but there are babies.
Mhm.
Like, you walk into that building, and I had one teacher that wanted to keep a kid back because he didn't finish his homework. And I was the art teacher, and I said to the kid, come in and sit down. And after the kid came in and sat down, I said to the teacher, you're not screwing with my state mandated time. Bully the kid on your own time. Don't bully the kid. Cut the crap. And I went into my room, and the kid was like, I don't have to leave? I'm like, no, of course you don't have to leave. These are our children. We shape them, and it's just so important, the people that are shaping your children. And to be able to do it on a board level is just a whole nother level of care that you can give to these people, these valuable souls that are in our hands and that we're responsible for. It's an intense job, and you really have to come to it with love and understanding. And Lisa's a great listener, as you could see, because I babble on and on. But that's why God gives you one mouth and two ears. But my ears don't work, obviously, because my mouth is on triple time.
no comment, not from me.
He wants to live. Did you hear that, people? He wants to live.
Melanie, I was thinking that I don't want you to kill each other.
That's good.
Don't worry,
I wanna-
I'm in love with
I want to
him.
at least get through the weekend. I have some plans. Bam.
So, Lisa, interesting question that I want to hear your thoughts on. Now, I haven't taught in the social media realm of having all these phones and, laptops and tablets in the classroom. But, in LA, the first school district has now limited usage in the classroom.
That's
What are
correct.
your thoughts on that?
I definitely think that the Los Angeles School District is thinking the right way.
I agree.
I've always said that technology is a blessing and a curse.
Of course. I think we all feel that way at this point.
Yes, and to pretend that we can completely cut it out, that's not reality. We just have to make reasonable limits, and it's about balance. It's
Yes.
really about balance. We have to work to learn the technology.
Yes.
As I said, we cannot ignore that it is
Sure.
our life. AI is not going away.
Oh, it's here.
And but we need to be conscious and make good decisions about limits and balance communication,
Oh, yeah.
right? And technology.
So what was the reason for that? I mean, I haven't been in school in ages, so when I was in school, we didn't have any real technology. But what is it? The kids are just using their own personal devices during
Oh, no.
class, or is it school provided devices that
Yes.
log on to
Yes.
social media?
Yes, schools provide devices. They're blocked, from certain websites. The kids
Right, of
just
course.
can't go crazy. But the issue still is, how much instructional time is spent on a computer, doing activities, learning on the computer. And then they are taken home and they do projects at home as well. So, we've seen behaviors in children changing.
Definitely.
Not for the better.
Yes.
And I think it's just a combination of these sorts of things, so it needs to really be balanced. And, kindergarten used to be play and nap time. And again,
Intro to materials and
Yep, and I have my from the art
crossing the
teacher.
midline.
As I said,
Shoulder, elbow to wrist to fingers to fingertips. Thank you.
my 5-year-old grandson is entering kindergarten, and I can't believe it. And I really want him to have a good experience and socialize. But many schools introduce the computers in kindergarten, and they're taking tests on computers.
Right.
And so again, we have to evaluate.
So they're losing certain skills, like writing skills and...
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense.
And those fine motor skills are so critical. I mean, as an art teacher, it's incredible. And even just, crossing the midline. Could you even talk about the crossing the mid? There's certain things, children need to develop in order. Like as an art teacher, I can tell you, as an artist, wherever you stopped learning, that's where your development ends. So if the last time you drew a person or a flower or something was in middle school, if you pick up a pencil right now and you try and draw, you're going to look like a middle schooler on that paper. And it's because now your development has stopped.
Right.
So if there's no cursive writing, if there's
Right.
no script, if there's no painting, there's no drawing, there's no dance, there's no music, and everything is just done on a tablet, and you're using predetermined things to mix together, what are you really doing? How are you creating as a human? It's rough.
Again, that's why it's important. I think the key word is balance.
Sure, like
You
everything.
can't do away with it, but we need to have conversations and really be aware of how the computers and technology are affecting our children.
Yeah.
You don't want to be like me. I'm still doing stick figures. So.
But it's a very interesting thing, and I'm just going to end this with this. I know it's all about Lisa, but I have to. The eraser is a drawing tool. Did you know that?
Yeah.
It's a drawing tool. You don't use it just to get rid of something. And a lot of times I didn't want to give my students an eraser because I said to them, I want you to work through it. There's no way to work through something when you have a computer and you wipe the screen. It's better when it's written down because then you have to deal with it. Well, what word comes next? Where was your thought going with that? Instead of erasing it before the teacher even has time to even see what your thought was. So just that little tidbit, think about that for a moment. We're all spoiled because we grew up having those freedoms, and now, they're luxuries. It's kind of sad.
That's true. That's a good way to
So-
say it, Melanie.
Thank you so much, Lisa Iuculano. You've got to vote on May 19th, and anyone that knows anybody in the Herricks School District, you better vote for Lisa, because Lisa is the bomb diggity.
That's right. Get out there and vote.
Get
You
out
need
there and
every
vote.
single vote.
Every single
What's
vote
the date
counts.
again?
It is May 19th. Then this is Lisa Iuculano running for trustee at Herricks School District.
Thank you, guys. I
Thank
really
you so
appreciate
much.
it.
Thank you so much for coming. Guys, be active in your school districts. All school districts are great.
Right.
Everything is good. What you need to do is you need to have a voice. You need to advocate for your children. Everybody looks for, as realtors, we're not supposed to direct anyone in any district whatsoever, and I don't. It's called steering. What you're supposed to always do is tell them how to educate themselves. What I always recommend for people to do is go to nysed.org and look up at the bottom of the page, district report cards. It'll give you everything you need to know about graduation rates, test scores, and know that if you see an elementary school and it scores differently than others in the district, it could mean that there are learners that are learning English as a new language, and that's why those scores look different. Some districts participate in some test scores that others don't. But guess what? If you have a parent at home that cares about you and cares about that child and sees what they need if they need help and acknowledges that they need that help at that young age and gets them that help, your kid has no limit, especially with educators like Lisa and trustees like Lisa on boards that we all have in our districts. So please get out and vote, and thank you so much for your time, Lisa.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.